Well, hello and welcome to the Be More Mancroft podcast and our February edition, February 2026. I'm Edward Carter.
And I'm Judy Ball.
And it's lovely you've joined us again. Judy, well, we've reached February. Is February a good month for you, do you think, or not really?
February's, yes, getting better. I do not like January. And someone said on the radio yesterday, today is the 147th day of January.
Oh, right.
It just seems like it sometimes.
Yeah.
But it's coming to an end, and the nights are, well, the afternoons aren't quite so dark unless it's a dull day.
Yeah.
So a hint of spring.
That's right. The days are definitely supposed to be getting longer, aren't they? I think I'm beginning to notice. Yeah, and a few flowers, of course, just coming out. Whether they should be, I don't know yet, but they seem to be.
I've got some aconites in my garden and the odd snowdrop. But I have seen some daffodils.
Yes, okay.
So they are not growing, but people have got some daffodils.
Okay.
So they are around already, which is quite early.
So you've got aconites. That sounds like some sort of meteorite that's landed from outer space.
They're a very pretty little yellow flower, yes.
Oh, I see. Okay, yeah, lovely. Yeah. Much better than the meteorite.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, February, yes. So what does that mean in terms of Mancroft and church and everything, I wonder?
Well, we're coming into Lent, aren't we?
Yes.
The 18th is Ash Wednesday, I believe.
That's right. Yes, Ash Wednesday is the start of Lent. Yes, Easter's quite early. It varies a bit at time of year.
Isn't it?
That's right.
Beginning of April, yes.
Yeah. So 18th of February will be Ash Wednesday, and that's, well, a solemn day, really, I suppose, in the life of the church.
Yes.
Yes. We begin season of penitence. And do you tend to have ash put on your head? You come to a service with that?
Oh, yes. Yeah. And in fact, I've still got the cross from last year, which I'm bringing into the church because you use those crosses, don't you?
Yes.
To make the ashes for this year.
Right. Yes, that's a very skilled job, turning last year's palm crosses into ash. Yeah, it has to be done very carefully.
We used to make the palm crosses years ago. I remember being involved in doing that.
I've certainly done that as well, yeah. So lovely custom to use last year's crosses to make ash. Yes, and of course, when we get to Lent, one of the things we do is always have a Lent group, a kind of discussion group or study group. And the last several years, we've done it with St. Stephen's Church, actually. We've shared, and it's been a lovely way
yes, you have.
To make friendships and study and learn together. And this year, in fact, the study course we're going to be doing is a new one. It's freshly written by the vicar at St. Stephen's Church and myself. I caught up with her the other day. So shall we listen to the interview I did with her?
Oh, yes, please.
Well, I'm actually here at St. Stephen's Church here in Norwich, and you possibly can just hear in the background the hum of the café, which meets here day by day, really, through the week. And I'm here with the Reverend Heike Apprentice, who is the vicar here at St. Stephen's. Heike, it's so lovely to be here with you. Lovely to be in your church.
Hello, Edward. Good to have you here.
Yeah, great.
Popping in.
Thank you. Yes, I mean, it's slightly embarrassing, really, how close our two churches are. They are literally within eyesight, aren't they? Yeah, I mean, how far apart would you say they are?
Stone's throw, I keep telling my friends. But I think it's great division of labour. You do a whole lot of things that we don't have to do, and we do other bits and pieces, so it's perfect.
Yeah, and I say the same thing when people say to me, isn't it odd having St. Stephen's so close? I say, no, it's amazing and wonderful. As you say, Mancroft, we can do some of the civic stuff and maybe sort of formal liturgy, the bells, And then here you have the amazing cafe and a ministry, different worship style, of course. So perfect complementarity, really. Yeah, wonderful. But you're fairly new here, of course, aren't you? How long have you been here at St. Stephen's now?
So I started 6 months ago, beginning of July 2025.
Yeah.
And I'm still definitely finding my feet, but loving it. Absolutely loving being vicar of this place.
Fantastic. And Norwich as a city as well as a place?
Oh, my goodness. I've come here late in life and think, where have I been? Why haven't I come here before? It is the most wonderful, vibrant city, everything in walking distance. My husband and I are absolutely enjoying living here.
Fantastic. Well, I love Norwich as well. I wasn't born or grown up here, but it's a great city, yeah. And in fact, I think I'm right in saying your background and upbringing, all that, is slightly unusual. Do you mind just sharing a tiny bit about that?
Unusual in what sense? I mean, I'm German-born. I think that's probably what you mean.
Trying to be polite.
That's not unusual for other Germans, but
of course not. No.
But yes, I was born and raised in Germany, and then met my husband on holiday, and we got married. That's almost 40 years ago now, and as they say, the rest is history. I've got dual nationality now, and really have a heart for both nations, both countries equally.
Yeah, well, that's such a brilliant thing, because our friendships across national boundaries are so important. It's one of the wonderful things about being a Christian is the fact that we have things in common, a faith in common, a hope in common with people literally in every corner of the world. So that's a glorious thing. Yeah.
Absolutely, and I think that hope really transcends cultural differences and diversity in a way that I think nothing else does. It's extraordinary how you can meet with people from completely different backgrounds and values. And you mention the name of Jesus or prayer or journey of faith or an experience, and their face lights up, and you know you've got a shared and common experience there.
Yeah, that's brilliant. Well, we were saying earlier about how the ministries of our two different churches are very complementary, but there are one or two things that we do closely together. Obviously, there are some good personal friendships across our members, but the Lent group that comes around once a year, the last few years, we've done a combined Lent group, and we're planning the same again this year, which, of course, will be start this month, February, towards the end of February is when the sessions will start again. They're going to be the same as in previous years, Wednesday's daytime group. But we've been working together on a bit of some materials for this Lent group, which is to do with the slightly controversial issue of Christian nationalism, the way in which people use the Christian faith as a kind of bulwark or prop for a nationalist approach, a kind of, we're English and the rest of the world is hopeless kind of thing. That's slightly over-stressing it. Why do you feel this is an important theme for us to be thinking about just at the moment?
I think it's a really important thing for us to think. First of all, we are bombarded in the media with all kinds of polarization and views and politicians and world leaders, and it isn't always easy to kind of work out where and what we should think, say or do or believe, especially when those leaders will actually claim sort of a Christian narrative to their own decisions. And I think for all of us, sometimes in terms of Lent groups, if I'm honest, looking back on it, we might expect something quite inward-looking or something to be looking at your own personal life. But I actually think this year there seems to be something going on that is challenging that kind of inward-looking trajectory to change towards looking outward and actually looking at those bigger issues that we sometimes would prefer to avoid because they're uncomfortable. And I think this is an opportunity to walk together and to allow ourselves to ask some difficult questions. Whether we will find the answers for that, who knows, but just to allow that to come up, because it's there anyway. And I think sometimes we're frightened to explore those questions and to ask ourselves, how do I honour my nationality, my background, my country, without necessarily excluding others? What does that look like? Have we got enough resources? All of those really difficult questions. As Christians, we can and should look at those.
Yeah. Well, it'll be really interesting to meet as a group. And I think you and I will each probably sort of take a bit of a share in leading the groups, but there'll be other leaders as well. So I'm really looking forward to it. But as you say, it's quite a kind of, challenging issue almost to address. But it's great we can do it as two churches together. It's fantastic.
Well, I should think that the interactions will be very interesting. So I would encourage everybody to take part, because actually it's not just about what we have thought about. It is about everybody's input. And let's learn together and listen to one another and see what our experiences and our understanding teach us.
Yeah, brilliant. Well, that's really good. So that's Wednesdays starting the end of this month, February, and then into March through Lent. So there'll be lots of details about that. Yeah. Well, the buzz of the cafe is still there in the background. How many people come through your cafe here at St. Stephen's each week, do you think, Heike?
It really varies, but we do sometimes get. I mean, I think it's the day figures I'm more aware of.
Yeah.
So it can be 200, 300, 400 people. It just depends on whether it's a really busy day.
Yeah.
At the moment, it looks rather busy out there, especially during lunchtime. We have quieter days as well, but it's very popular. People just love the buzz, the community, and just being able to have a cup of tea and chat.
Definitely. Well, certainly when I'm meeting up with people, quite often I'll drop in here, bring them here for a cup of tea. So it's a wonderful ministry. Yeah, wonderful. Heike, thank you ever so much for chatting with me today. I can't tell you how delighted I am that we have this shared ministry in the heart of Norwich. It's a great privilege for me that you've arrived here at St Stephen's. So thank you ever so much. Brilliant.
Thank you, Edward.
Oh, that was interesting listening to that. I haven't met Heike, but I think I'm going to have to make a point of meeting her. She sounds a very lively lady.
Yes.
Very enthusiastic.
Yeah, I like her a lot. I did actually know her a little bit before she came to Norwich.
Oh, did you?
Our paths crossed in Essex when we were both there.
Yes.
Yeah.
But you're getting together to do this the Lent group.
That's right, yes.
Now, I haven't, I'll be honest, I haven't done a Lent group.
Yeah, that's fine,
But I think I might come along this year. I think that sounds quite interesting, and it would be nice to meet her too.
Yes.
So I think I might come along to that.
Great. Well, I'd certainly encourage you to.
Yes.
Yes, a Lent group is quite a tradition, really, I think, to have a Lent group. Churches often will run a Lent group. And it's usually, we have 5 meetings through Lent.
Right.
And it's a number of meetings. And the idea is that you'll have something to study, to read together, to look at. But mainly it's conversation, discussion. Perhaps you'll turn to your neighbour and talk about something, and there might be a question to think about. Usually there'll be some passages of scripture as well, which there are for this material that Heike and I have written. Yes, this theme of Christian nationalism is quite challenging in a way, but it's very topical. Do you remember that slightly disturbing rally that happened in London, Trafalgar Square?
Indeed.
Tommy Robinson, all the flags, everything. I know lots of people were there, and but it was there were some quite challenging aspects of all of that.
Yes.
And other things happening around the world actually. Yeah. So anyway, the course material. I won't say, well, you mustn't think that and you should think this. It'll be more opening up a discussion, is the idea. And then we learn from one another.
Yes. Do you get many people on the Lent courses?
Yeah. I mean, normally, so we use the octagon room at the church. And usually, particularly for the first week or two, which is normally, numbers sort of drop off a little bit. But normally, the octagon is pretty full, really. We put a big circle of chairs around.
Oh, right.
And have a cup of coffee to start with, maybe a biscuit. And then the discussion, is led by, and we normally have different leaders for each meeting.
Oh, right.
Because we've got the 2 churches, there are a number of people who can lead groups. So I expect I shall lead one of them. I know Heike will, and there'll be other, there'll be other people leading them as well. Yeah. Well, I do commend it to you, Judy. Not just because you get a cup of coffee and a biscuit, but it's a really interesting thing.
Yes, I'm sure.
Yeah. And the other thing is you don't quite know who you're going to be sitting next to each week.
No.
And it's a lovely way of meeting new people as well.
Yes.
And across both the churches.
Good.
Well, now, I did a few days ago, I met someone in church who was visiting, and he was looking at the back of church. We have that little table with books and other lovely things, the little pocket crosses.
Oh, yes, of course.
Various interesting things. And anyway, I caught a quick word with him.
Right.
Did a mini interview with him. So maybe we'll listen to that now.
Okay.
Well, I'm here at the church, and someone here visiting. Actually, we're here at the back where the books and all the other bits and bobs are. And it's so lovely to meet you. What's brought you to the church today?
So I come to the church today because it's a good friend of mine's birthday today.
Lovely.
And I know this church means quite a lot to him.
Fantastic.
So I was hoping to get a gift or two from here for him.
Good. And the books and things at the back hopefully might fit the bill.
Definitely, yeah. Even bought one for myself.
Oh, wonderful. Great. Oh, thank you so much. It's lovely to meet you. Thanks for visiting.
Thank you guys so much.
Yeah.
Having listened to you talking to that gentleman reminds me of, mind you, it was some time ago when I was welcoming, and somebody came in and actually mentioned at the time that we didn't really have much at all to buy, to take, like sort of souvenirs or anything to take home of the church. But of course we've got the crosses.
Yeah, the pocket crosses. Yes, they're lovely.
But of course, that's all changed, I think, now. We've got more, haven't we?
Well, there's a little bit, yes. I mean, it's not like a great supermarket or anything. You don't need a shopping trolley to... No, we certainly wouldn't want that.
No.
And there's a little bit, yes. So certainly there's the guidebook, which is lovely, informative about the building. There's that little booklet about Thomas Brown.
Yes,
Thomas Brown,
of course.
That's interesting. There's some postcards and a few little things, aren't there?
Julian's CD.
Yes, a lovely CD Julian Haggett made, I suppose, a couple of years ago now, Yes, the cups, the coffee cups.
Yes.
To avoid throwing away.
We have got, and you don't want too much.
Well, no, I agree with you, really. I mean, it's lovely to have a few things there, but I'm quite keen. And the other thing is, although we do kind of say, well, this is how much this booklet is. Yeah. Properly speaking, it's all a donation really for things. It's not there's not like a till and you have to.
Oh no.
There's not a price ticket or a barcode scan or whatever. You basically just if you would like something, then make a donation for it. So I think
and of course the pocket crosses are so popular.
Well, I know. I read somewhere in the newsletter the other day about how many had been taken by people last year.
Yes.
How many was it?
Janice said she'd made £1,000, didn't she?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, they're £1 each, I think, aren't they?
Yes,
so
that
is 1,000 pocket crosses.
Yes.
Just think of all those prayers people are saying, perhaps, holding those crosses. No, they are beautiful, Well, Be More Mancroft is a great podcast about the church, but it's about the heart of Norwich as well.
Yes, of course.
So you'll be pleased to hear, I hope, Judy, that I'm often out wandering around in the parish.
Good.
All sorts of lovely people to meet all the time. It always amazes me, actually, how busy and bustling the city is.
It's vibrant, very vibrant. Someone said to me, Norwich is a very vibrant city.
Yeah, and great variety of people, young and old, all sorts. Yeah. And by and large, getting on pretty well together. And I bumped into a couple of American, quite young men who are obviously perhaps over here for a little bit, a few months. And anyway, I got the microphone out and I had a quick chat with them. Right. So maybe should we listen to them now?
Yes.
Well, I'm here in the market and I've just bumped into a couple of people. I'm going to ask them what they like about Norwich. What do you like about Norwich?
I love the community and how they gather around sports. Absolutely love that. Probably my favorite part, apart from the beautiful ancient structures that you get to see, like the Norwich Cathedral. Love that.
Nice, thank you. And what about you? What do you love about Norwich?
I love the history here because, I have ancestors that come from England, so being able to come to England and just see where my ancestors used to live, it's a real blessing to me.
Amazing. Thank you, guys. Really good to meet you.
You as well. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Well, that was interesting listening to that American saying he had ancestors.
In Norwich. They were such a lovely couple of young men. They really were.
They were.
Yeah. I mean, do your family, Judy, does that go back generations in Norwich or not?
I haven't gone back too far. My mother's side of the family, apparently my great-grandfather Pope was a hay and straw merchant in King Street.
Oh, wow,
And apparently lived down somewhere near where St Julian's.
Of course, yes.
Somewhere on the corner of St Julian's Terrace or Alley or whatever it was. That was the area. But so what would be about probably, I don't know, about the 1800s maybe?
Right, so gosh, more than 200 years ago then,
So that's as far as, I've never really gone back any further than that.
It's amazing. It's wonderful to think of all those trades that existed back then, isn't it?
Yes.
And how different the world was.
I know, yes.
Yeah. So that was your mother's
My mother's side. My father's family came from Worthing.
Right,
My great-grandfather was an artist and had an art gallery in Worthing.
Yeah, I think the Carter family, my family came originally from Portsmouth.
Oh, did they?
And they're traced back to Portsmouth.
Really?
And they didn't sell hay and straw. They brewed beer for the Navy.
Oh, did they?
The Navy was big in Portsmouth.
Oh, my goodness.
So I think they did quite well selling beer to Nelson's Navy, Yeah. Well, February, a bit cold, of course, so you're going to wrap up warm and keep warm. I'm certainly going to try.
Yes.
Extra pair of socks in church, do you think?
Possibly. Although the church is quite warm, It's
all right, isn't it?
Really
Yeah, we're doing our best. Yes, running those air source heat pumps.
Yes, they're doing well, I think.
To keep the church as warm as we can, Yes. And, of course, we mentioned earlier about Lent coming up, and that means Ash Wednesday, but that means Shrove Tuesday.
Of course.
And Shrove Tuesday means...
Pancakes.
Yes, pancakes. So you partial to pancakes then, Judy?
I like an old-fashioned pancake. I only like pancakes with lemon juice and sugar. I don't...
None of these modern ones?
No. That's not for me.
What's the most exotic pancake you've heard of, do you think?
Oh, I don't know. They put them with all different fruits and savoury. They have all sorts, don't they, nowadays?
You could probably get, I don't know, ginger and artichoke pancake or something.
Ginger would be fine. I love ginger.
Oh, right.
But I don't think I would go for anything else.
Well, who knows? Maybe pancakes on Shrove Tuesday. That would be nice. Yeah. Now, what about our friend St. Peter Mancroft? You haven't been asked who he is recently, have you? No. But
I reckon I think he's the patron saint of pancake tossing.
Well, a good idea. Yes. No, I'm actually, having checked it, I'm sure that's right, So Peter Mancroft, the patron saint of
tossing the pancakes.
Yeah. I can just picture him now, actually, how high can you toss a pancake?
Oh, gosh.
A couple of feet, perhaps, maybe more.
I've only tried once.
Yeah?
And I didn't do very well at all.
Did you not? Did it end up on the ceiling or the floor?
On the floor.
Oh, right, okay. Well, you obviously need to pray harder for the blessings that God gives us through St. Peter Mancroft, I think. Yeah, wonderful. Good. Well, Judy, lovely to chat with you as always.
Enjoyed it.
I'm sure February will be full of good things.
I hope so.
And thank you all for joining us, for listening in, and we hope you'll join us again in March.